Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video on 8.2.4. This is going to be a weapon path with Hydra Shock Guantlet, and for disable you need punish heavy, and to capture the weapon you need a stun. There's also going to be rapid metabolism, so the defender will shrug off the debuffs 80% faster, and there is shock vulnerability as well. The defenders are going to be Venom, Warlock, Vision Aarkus, White Mags, Nova, and Mysterio. Now the suggested counters for this will be your shock immune champions, or if you don't have them, then shock resistant champions will be good. Now let me be clear, you can do this path without shock immune champions also. You don't need the shock resistant champions, but they are much safer. They will be much more enjoyable, and you don't have to worry that you might die of shock from the node. So plenty of different options that are shock immune I've mentioned, so you can bring them along. And for your masteries, nothing really changed. At assassins, if you have that, will help you finish off the fights faster. With your regular parry and heavy, you can use both setups, ouchies and non-ouchies, both will work. So again, this is a really fun path. I would say this is an alternative easy path for 8.2.4, and all you need to do is to bring in shock immune champions, and it's a really fun path. The boss island is going to be Scorpion, Morningstar, and Massacre. So more on that later. We are going to take out Morningstar with an Absorbing Man. So stay tuned for that, guys, and let's jump into the path. The first fight is going to be against a Venom. Now I'm going to use an Absorbing Man, and I have activated the Black Uru form. So all I need to do is to just hold my block and let him throw a heavy. As soon as he will throw a heavy, I will retaliate that heavy, and I can disable his weapon. After disable, I have to land a parry, and I get the weapon to myself. So right now that you see the green icon, now if I throw any kind of specials, I will be applying a passive shock on him, and because of shock vulnerability, they will have 200% extra damage. You can try and use shock champions, but they will not work because of rapid metabolism. The shocks will wear off if they are active ones, so passive shocks is the way to go. So again, the easy way is to wait for the defender to throw a heavy attack. Once he throws a heavy, you retaliate. That will disarm the weapon, and then just use a parry and you will get the weapon to yourself, and thus you need to just spam your specials and you are good to go for this path. Next is Warlock, so I will hold my block, let him throw a heavy. Just building up some buffs on me. On a heavy return, and now this is disarmed. Now I need to use a parry only. Now I have the weapon for myself, and I'm gonna spam my special attacks, and for every hit on the special attack there will be a shock on the opponent, and you can easily kill off. Again, building up to an SP1. There goes my SP1 again, up to 10 shocks. Rinse and repeat that, and you should be able to clear off most of these defenders in one length of the armor steel. Again, another SP1, and there goes Warlock again. So a really fun path, not really difficult. Just bring in your shock immune champions and you are good. The reason I say to bring in shock immune champions is because if you get hit by a special attack by the opponent, you can also get shock on yourself. So the easiest way is to just bring in shock immune champions. Again, against Vision Aarkus, I just waited for him to throw a special, and then I went back and retaliate, and now I have the weapon to myself. I'm gonna spam my SP1s and look at those shocks on them. I have an SP2. For every hit there's going to be a shock again. So as soon as the fight starts, block, bait the heavy, retaliate on the heavy attack, and then use a parry, and you have the weapon, and just spam your special. That is how the whole path works, and your shock immune champions make really easy job of it. Now we have a storm, so I'm gonna hold heavy, wait for him to hold block. He throws a heavy, I go back in attack, and you see that the weapon is disarmed. I use a parry, now I get it for myself. Now as soon as I use a special, look at those passive shocks. You will notice that the active shocks do not stay long because of rapid metabolism. So easiest way is to just spam your specials once you have the weapon to yourself, and you are able to take down any defender quite easily. So just recapping very quickly, at the start of the fight, hold your block, let the defender throw a heavy attack. As soon the heavy attack animation finishes, go back in and hit. That will disarm the weapon. and then you can use a parry or any kind of stun to steal that weapon. And once you have the weapon to yourself, just spam your specials and they will get shock on them for every hit in the special attack, and that will do 200% extra damage from all sources. Right here, let's wait for the heavy attack. Retaliate, that is disarm. Now I'm gonna do parry. Right there, I have the weapon to me, and all I need to do is to spam my SP1s or SP2s, whichever I get. And for every hit on the special that the defender takes, they will get a shock. That's a passive shock, so it will not run out because of rapid metabolism, and you can do all the damage to them and bring them down quite easily. A really fun path. 30-minute, 1-minute or 130-minute fights, 90-second fights, and you are through this path quite easily. I would go as far as saying that this is an alternate easy path for 8.2.4 if you haven't done the easy path yet, so you can easily run through this. The defenders, they look intimidating, but if you bring in shock immune champions, you don't have to worry about that, because any shock that they try to apply upon you, your immunity will trigger, and it's just one-way traffic from there onwards. You can try using non-shock immune champions, but I wouldn't really recommend that. Then you have a Mysterio. Mysterio is going to be a tech champion, so just for class advantage I brought in Hulkling. Now waiting for him to throw a heavy so I can retaliate and disarm. There we go. Now I'm gonna wait to parry him. As soon as I get a parry, I'll get a weapon to myself. Now I'm gonna run out the SP1 damage return, and now I'm gonna throw my special attack, and that will give him at least 5 of those shocks. And look at him tick down and taking 200% extra damage. Rinse and repeat again, spamming my specials. So as soon as you steal the weapon, you just keep spamming the specials, and you can bring him down quite easily. The boss fight is going to be against a Morningstar. So first you need a champion that is bleed immune, and then secondly you need a champion that is cold snap immune as well. You can work without cold snap immunity, but again you will need good intercepting skills there. So the way this fight works is every 6 seconds there will be a cold snap charge on you that will be paused. Unless you don't block Morningstar, those will be paused. But once you block Morningstar, those will activate, and you will have to throw a intercept in between to transfer those to Morningstar. If you don't, then they will detonate on you and do a lot of damage to you. I am using an absorbing man here, and I've just started with the black Uru form because that gives me shock and bleed immunity, and I'm slowly letting those cold snap charges build up on me. I'm waiting for 7 and 8 before I will block her, and then I will transfer to her so she can take the damage and die quick. Just be careful, do not get hit in your block, or do not try to block her, and otherwise the cold snaps will be activated. So I think here I got hit a little, and I was waiting for her to throw a special attack, SP2, and you see that those cold snaps are unpaused. I have to throw an intercept here, right there. All the unpaused ones are transferred, and now I'm just gonna wait out for those cold snaps to expire, and that will do quite a bit of damage to Morningstar. Right there, she's down to 17%. So that is the whole mechanic of the fight. Bring in a champion that is Teletrops immune, and then build up those cold snaps, and you can transfer with a intercept. So I hope this helps, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.